got to tell you, honestly, I think generosity and encouragement is the greatest antidote to discouragement I have ever found. Because again, when I encourage other people, it's amazing how, not that they come back bragging on me, no, but what it does to me to see I've been a catalyst to put a hope or a smile on somebody's face. That goes a long, long way, you know. And so that's kind of my story, my feelings about that, for sure.
I often say, and I love how you just articulated this whole little riff there, but I say it's amazing how many coincidences, in
Mhm.
quotes, air quotes, come my way when I ask the Lord to give me eyes to see and ears to hear. And it's it makes sense when I'm not getting those coincidences. A lot of times I am not at all asking God for opportunities. And it's amazing what comes our way in terms of, well, Jesus said it so well. He said it's better to give than to receive.
Yes.
The joy that comes with that. What would you say to a pastor and a spouse, a church leader and a spouse, in terms of how they could develop this together? Any, like, a couple of little tidbits? And then my third question related to all this would be the how do you develop that your church can go to from the couch or from the pew to generosity and encouragement and bright light and salt, as one viewer just put a comment up, salt and light.
Right. Well, and that's what you are. You know, first of all, I would say Debbie and I talk about it a lot, and we share with each other things that we've done or things that we've said or experienced or people that we have encouraged. And a lot of times, and particularly, I had to get a little accustomed to this. A lot of times when Debbie will do something, they will tell Debbie how a message I preached helped them. And for a while, it was kind of like, you know, I think she wanted to say, well, hey, I wanted to do something. And then she realized, you know, that's okay. If God used Phil to do something and I'm encouraging them and they say something to me, I can pass that along. She can encourage me to that way. So I tell people it's something you need to talk about. It's amazing when you as a couple are intentional about it. It's just really good. It's amazing how, again, those opportunities come. And I would say this as a church. One of the things that I'm a big believer in is churches need to find ways to affirm people in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, and sometimes it doesn't have to be profound, but first responders, school teachers. Our ministry has a partnership with one of our local schools that is a Title I school. And that term may not be familiar to many people, but it mainly means that most of their students are very poor. Well, their teachers have a really hard time because a lot of times the teachers are getting clothes for these kids, you know. And one of the things that we've done is to find ways that we on a regular basis can encourage the teachers personally and collectively. And now in some ways that's doing a luncheon forum or something like that. But other times it's just having a relationship with the principal that he, in this case it's a she can say to us, like she called me one day and she said, one of our teachers lost their spouse this week. Well, that's a great opportunity. I mean, and that was public knowledge. It wasn't nothing private that I could reach out to assure them of our prayers. What do you need? To follow up and to say, is there anything? And there wasn't really anything they needed. But how many times they've said to me, just thanks for caring.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect to hear from you. And so, you know, those are little things. So I think churches can do that. I think additionally is getting in the habit of writing notes, celebrating, you know, finding, if somebody says to you as the pastor, well, you know, Mary wrote me a note this week and encouraged me. Hey, do you mind sharing that? Or do you mind me sharing how her note encouraged you? Well, that's just going to cause other people to write notes, you know, or even to do it like our church where I'm a member. We often on Wednesday nights will pass out where sometimes prayer needs, but other times some things that people can celebrate. Like right now, high school graduations are big, of writing a note to our high school graduates. Proud of you. You're doing great. Praying for you as you go to college, and just send those notes. And that's kind of a given. But what if, there's a kid who maybe won an award at school, of writing the note and say, hey, I heard your award. And I tell people, read the local newspaper. You know what I mean? One of the
Yeah,
things
yes,
that's really
absolutely.
weird
A
is
little
when people get a
weeklies.
note and they don't know you, and that's happened several times with me. I see something in the paper and man, this is to be commended. And you write to people a note and they don't even know you, or you think they don't. And then later on, they'll come up to you and say, hey, you don't know who I am, but I did such and such. It was in the paper and you wrote me a note. And man, I still got that note.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss what's next. Want to support the work we're doing in New England? Check out the link in the description.